Hi, I wanted to show you how I clean stuff after I test the wood stoves. You can see I got black stuff all over my hands. I've already done it once and then I touched something else. Here's how I clean basically my pots and pans, this. Now, will it get everything off? Well, that depends how much you want to scrub. This is just Everclear. Let me set this phone here so maybe you can see me. Okay, I hope you can see this. That's much better compared to what it was. Let me wipe this off. And it's even taken off the permanent marker here I marked. And I'm trying to see through the camera here while I'm cleaning this, so I make sure I show you. So if you have soot on pots and pans and stuff like this, now the bottom is really bad. I've already cleaned it a little bit. You can see this. Let it soak a second. And I don't know if you can see the water on there. It is brown already. Well, it's not water, it's Everclear. Look at that. Now this won't get off bake stuff. It might if you let it soak. Now this isn't perfect, but you know what? It's good enough. Look at that. There's a little bit left there. It's not a big deal for me. No scrubbing. Well, at least not really. I mean, you are welcome to scrub it. I have a scrub brush here. Well, scrub pad. It does have water in it. I just replaced the one we have on our sink. Now, normally I would let this set and soak or coat it a couple times to help break this up. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not. Now sometimes if it's really baked on, you have to let it soak, hit it a couple times. There's a couple little places here. Honestly, I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure it's off of anywhere that touches my stove. This is how I clean my testing equipment or my camping equipment. Now look at that. I don't know if you can see that. That is just disgusting. Hold on, I'll be right back. this is how I clean my pots, pans, all my camping stuff once I get soot on it. Now, I figured I'd throw in this little tip because a lot of people have been looking up how to clean up soot. Then I will rinse this off very well because it has Everclear on it. Now, if you leave it without rinsing it, the Everclear will dry out eventually, but I'm not sure what it'll do to your pots and pans. Yeah, I could have got there a little bit better, but you know what? It's fine. You can see there's a little bit there. I could have probably scraped that a little, but it pretty much rips right through most of this stuff. I have seen people say use dishwashing liquid and, oh, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. I have to do my hands again. I still got a little bit on my thumb. But this is the simplest and easiest way to get soot off of your camping stuff. Now I'll let this sit over here and sit. Now I have a little bit in my sink here from where I set that in there, and I don't want that in there. So here, I will pour some Everclear in here. It really doesn't take that much. Soak Everclear on my sponge. And it comes right out. No more black soot in my sink. Make sure I get it all. Yep. And you can see a lot of it is in here. But this is my just average scrubbing sponge. And make sure you get your Everclear out of your sink or wherever you have cleaned your stuff. Now my sink is far from spotless, but that's just because my sink is dirty. Now I didn't get behind the handle very well on my pot, but I'm going to show you the difference. I don't know if you can see behind the handle, it's a little bit dirty, but not bad. I just wiped it down with Everclear. Now everywhere that soot was, look at that. Nice and clean, nice and shiny. There are a couple little places like there, maybe there, there, that I could have really let it soak a few more minutes, and I could have scrubbed that and it would have came off. This is the easiest way to get soot off of pots and pans and dishes. I'm going to put this on the end of my, sorry, my hands are wet so I can't pick up my phone. Well, I can try. Let me show you the sink. Easiest way, clean pots, pans, dishes from camping or whatever. If you get soot all over them, you may have to let it soak if it's really bad and thick. Now we do have a pan here, and that is really hot because I just heated that up. That I did test outside. That's really hot. That should have been cool by now. You can see some stuff on the bottom. I already cleaned this a little bit. Now, I did not use Everclear on this. I'm not sure what it'll do with Everclear on there. It is cast iron. But most stainless steel, it's not going to make it look brand new unless you get everything. You can see I missed a little bit here, but it's not bad. There's not soot everywhere. I can pick it up without getting soot all over me. The bottom is good. I could set this on my stove without getting soot mess all over my camp stove. The easiest way to clean pots and pans with soot is Everclear. I'm telling you, give it a try. If you don't believe me, give it a try. If you need to soak your pots and pans, get some type of plastic ice cream bucket or something like that. Put your Everclear in it. You know, put your pot and pan in it and just let it soak and give it a little scrub. That came right off. Almost every bit of it came right off. And some of this has been on here since the last time I did testing with the wood stove stuff. Now, there's a reason this is so dirty. I did make 2 small wood stoves for the homeless guy. I made one, I wasn't happy with it. I redesigned it. I made another one, much better results. I heated up 6 cups of water in this on my last test to boiling. I mean, it was literally steaming. So I gave that to him a little while ago. But cleaning this is always a pain in the ass. Having to try to scrub all this stuff, it's a pain in the butt. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this again. And so far, since I've been using the Everclear, it has been coming clean like this every time. And I do make several different types of wood stoves, you know, tinkering with stuff. I do that a lot. So, you know, I get my pots and pans here really dirty. Now, if this wasn't hot, because it's still hot, I did test this outside. I don't show that in my video. I just show that. But because I didn't want a 2-hour video. If this wasn't still hot, I would just pour some Everclear on the bottom and you know, spot test it and see how well it works. Problem with cast iron is you don't want to leave your Everclear on your cast iron. If you do that, you have to get this stuff off, and the only way to do that is rinse it under cold water, lots of cold water, and then unless you dry that cast iron off with heat, fire, it'll start to rust. You have to dry it off by hand, and then you have to put it on an oven. If you don't, your cast iron can start to rust. Now, this is actually a pan that we got for free. It really needs to be sanded down and re-seasoned. My girlfriend picked this up, I don't know, probably 3 years ago, and it's been sitting over there on the stove ever since. So she hasn't done anything with it. But anyway, Everclear. How do you get soot off of this? Everclear. You saw how easy it was. And like I said, for really tough stains or really tough soot built up, you may have to use something like this. But let it soak. The longer it soaks, the easier it is. And then make sure you rinse that off very, very well. Because, let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Warning, flammable liquid. Handle with care. So, you don't want to leave that on your pots and pans. Alright? Anyway, that's it. I thought you'd appreciate this video. I'm actually going to upload this video first. I'm not going to merge the videos together. I don't want another hour-long video. So, I'm going to upload this. And then I will upload my other video later on about the camp stove. And so you can see how easy it is to clean this stuff. Now, this is stainless steel. I'm not sure about cast iron. Once again, if you try it, spot test it first. Just put a little bit on there and see what it does, and make sure you get it off very good, and then you heat that cast iron up to make sure it dries and there's no water there, or it will rust. Anyway, that's it. I'm fixing to go. Everyone have a good day, and if you have any comments, questions, please feel free to ask about any of my videos. I'm more than happy to answer them. Alright, everyone have a good day. Bye.